Shiny Hunters, it is our time. Good morning, everybody. Kings, queens, people of royalty. How are we doing today? Last night at around 6 p.m., I guess evening, official Shiny Wars were announced for PokeMMO. The developers will be hosting an official war with very exclusive 25 to 30 Shiny Charizard wings that will only be given to the winning team of said Shiny Wars. It will last 2 months, and signups begin on the 15th. So that means we only have 6 days to prepare before signups, and I think the event starts on the 22nd. So we have less than 2 weeks or so to prepare, which I think was a genius move by the devs to announce it and then have it happen so quickly. It makes it so there's less unfair advantage with people preparing eggs and preparing fossils ahead of time. Everybody's on the same playing field to be able to prepare as much as possible ahead of time, and I think it's really interesting. We have a lot to do today. So on my list of things to do, we have Shiny Wars prep, which includes making Pokeyen, making eggs, strategic prepping for Shiny Wars, aka looking over the tier list and deciding what shunts I want to go for and what will be the most accurate for points in terms of effort, setting up my alt accounts for hunting Dittos. I have to learn trainer reruns still. I have to script a video about my Shiny hunting guide with him. I've been wanting to remake my Shiny hunting guide in Pokemon for a very long time. And we have to watch over the market because the market has been going bonkers with this news. Things like Mysterious Balls going to the absolute moon. I'm sure most of you have already seen, but Mysterious Balls have gone crazy. Pokeballs from like 28k up to 43. Great Balls all the way up to 66k or so. Ultra Balls up to 220k. Premier Balls up to 634,000. They were 560 or 580 yesterday. Cherish Balls at 190k a pop. Things are getting pretty wild. Yeah, the balls have calmed down a little bit. Dittos are holding value a decent amount. I'm going to start buying Dittos slowly but surely. I have some fossils prepped. I've been prepping stuff for this, fellas. I have some PC space prepped. I sold off a bunch of stuff with the help of my Poke Broker. We have a lot to do and very little time to do it. And my wedding happens in 3 days, so I guess that's something as well. I almost forgot. I've been selling some of my investments, boys. I am notorious for holding and holding and holding and holding and holding, and I honestly don't sell off investments enough. I've started to sell off a few things, just a few things, nothing crazy. But as you can see, like a couple lucky red envelopes, some Xmas presents, 2021s. There's some stuff that I'm selling. I think I sold off like I'm trying to sell off like 200 anniversary chests. We'll see what they're at. I'm selling off some things. Yes, some of them have sold. I think it's this stack, I assume. I'm selling some investments, boys. I'm going to be needing the Pokeyen. We've got 314k here, 100k here. We've got Pokeyen sitting in the GTL, and I'm going to be needing that. I'm going to need all the Dittos in the world. Ditto box sellers. I'm going to need you guys. I'm going to be hiring. I'm going to be paying. I'm going to be throwing my money to the wind, okay? Official Shiny Wars is going to be insane. Dude, I am going to try my hardest. If I could be the #1 English-speaking PokeMMO content creator and also be one of the 25 to 30 lucky and talented Shiny Hunters to win the first ever official Shiny Wars, when I feel like I tried so hard to bring this hobby to life in PokeMMO. It means so much to me. As long as I can participate and have a good showing, it's all I care about. But I'm going to be shooting for first. I'm going to be shooting for MVP. I'm going to be going hard as fuck, boys. I'm going to try my absolute best to make you guys proud and get a lot of shinies in this upcoming event. Okay, regarding Mysterious Balls being allowed in the official Shiny Wars. I mean, obviously, you guys know me. You guys know my opinion on it. I'm not a fan of it, right? But at the same time, to be fair, someone left a joke comment saying that Mysterious Balls will go extinct from this event, and it's a joke comment, but I think I agree. I don't think people realize how insane PokeMMO players are. I think Mysterious Balls will go extinct before the event is over. So I don't think that they're actually going to play, like, they'll play a role. It wouldn't surprise me if the person who gets first place gets like very few Mysterious Ball shinies, maybe a couple. Like, they are, they are very good. I get it. And I'm not a fan of them. I've said forever, like, they're probably the biggest mistake update Pokemon's ever made. It's the only way to pay to win to a shiny. But There are just so few of them in existence at this point because they've all been bought out and opened and gambled before this event. Like, if we go to the GTL, look at this, guys. I know that Mysterious Premier Balls make the Shalfa rate 1 out of 4,000, right? I get it. But there's less than, like... There are less than, like, 50 of them on the market at all. Like, there's just so few that exist. Ultra Balls, right? Ultra Balls make the shiny rate 1 out of 2,500, which is insane. But also the likelihood, it's very likely they'll end up just getting like a shitty common shiny. I'm still not a fan of it. It's too much time save. I'm with you guys. I'm not a fan of it. But I don't know if it'll affect the outcome of the event that much. It'll be annoying, and some teams will get a lucky head start and get some free shinies because of it, which sucks. I'm not a fan of it, but I could be wrong. I actually feel like your time is better spent. If you're going to credit card swipe, I actually feel like your time is better spent credit card swiping, buying RP vouchers, and then buying tons of Ditto boxes and egging for a shiny. Which, if you're going to pay your win to pay to win your way to a shiny, egg hunts take like 2,000 hours. Like, it's not like there's like, you can't really pay to win your way to an egg shiny. The Pokeyen, the 120 mil, that's the like easiest part of the hunt. The harder pun is the actual hours. So like the better strategy in my opinion is actually going to be to buy Ditto boxes. If you're gonna pay to win anything, it's gonna be to pay for Ditto boxes, not for Mysterious Balls. I don't think there's enough of them. And it's not actually worth it for the points you'll get. You'll most likely get a tier 2 shiny. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, by the way, go check out my post. There's a PokeMMO update. Official Shiny Wars are coming. There's been some good discussion regarding this event. A lot of people, casual and average players. Oh my God, come here. Thank you. I'll take your prop in a second. A lot of casual and average players are expressing really good concern about, hey man, you know what? Like, after waiting 4 months for an update, it's kind of lame that like the update that eventually comes is one that's only for 1,500 players and for like the elite shiny hunters. I think that's super fair. That's a good critique, and that's a nice way to put it, right? Like, hey man, I'm kind of bummed that like only so many people participate in this. Like, I was really hoping for a different update. Like, this kind of stinks, right? Understandable and fair complaint and critique. There's also been a lot of other malicious, the amount of loud negative people. If you go read my comments on my video, it's wild. It's like 80% of it is negative, and it's just the loud minority being negative. It's really rough, man. And it's tough to wade through, but it's a lot of people saying things like, oh, the devs are, you know, malicious, they're so lazy, they're just out to get us, you know, everybody's out to get me. A typical like, dude, somebody predicted, I think Gingermat or Barrels whispered me the forum post and was like, in before people say that like you're an inside developer because you talked about how good Mysterious Balls were as an update, and now they're spiking up in value because of Shiny Wars or whatever. Like, oh, like in before, and it happened, man. Literally, people fall into the conspiracy brain trap. Like, there was someone who was like, LMAO, like, once again, Patrouski, like, you know, like, it's just so funny. It's really, really funny. To answer that claim, I always say, I've been playing the game for a very long time. I do make a decent amount of good investments. I also make a lot of bad investments that people kind of just gloss over because it doesn't fit their narrative, right? I thought that brown werewolf and gray werewolf mask would be a great investment. I bought multiple of these for 4 mil a piece. Now they're 1 mil, right? Mage's staff was like 8 mil at one point. I bought a couple for like 1.2. I thought that was a great deal, and they've gone down. Like, I don't make, what was the other one? The Zodiac thing, dude. I remember saying, like, and I never give financial advice. I'm always like, hey, like, this is what I'm doing, you know, make your decisions based on what you want to do. I remember saying, oh, dude, I sold my Zodiac Dragon outfit for like 500K. I was like, I think this item's gonna drop. I think that there's gonna be more supply coming in. I was dead wrong. I lost out on so much money on this. Like, it happens all the time. People only look at the good investments and say, LMAO, like, Patrouski, secret dev information, inside trading, blah blah blah, but like, they don't ever talk about all the times I've lost tons of Pokeyen. Like, that's just investing in general. That's just how it goes, and that's what happens. Yeah, so basically TLDR, there's some good discussion, a lot of whining, and a lot of like unfair, malicious assumptions of the dev and of me. One of the funniest comments I saw was someone saying that he was like, I don't think this is fair because I don't think that casual players have a chance to compete. Do you guys see the two words there that don't make any sense? I don't think that casual players will be able to compete. You get that, right? Though that's correct. Casual is the opposite of competitive. We understand that, right? When you are a casual player, you don't really get to compete in high-end game events. Yes, that's okay. I'm a casual player in some games, and I acknowledge that. I'm not sitting there crying like, oh man, like I hate that I only have 50 hours into this game, and this guy with 5,000 is ahead of me. Oh, it's so unfair. Like, dude, no. Go grind and go play and become that endgame Dika Chad you want to be, or understand, you know what, I don't really have the time to put into this game. I'm more of a casual player, and that's how I enjoy the game, and that's okay. And if I miss out on some things because of that, that's totally okay. That's the real Dika Chad casual player response. I don't understand this, like, oh, I want to play way less hours and put in way less work, but also get the same reward as endgame players. It just makes no sense to me. Okay, one more thing before we actually get into the PokeMMO content. I'm sorry to talk about this so much, guys. There's a lot of things to clear up and a lot of good discussion to like a lot of things to like take this and like turn it into hopefully a good charitable discussion. Another point is people saying like that like, oh, it sucks that this is the update. Guys, don't worry. Like raids and stuff are still coming. Park just said, who's the staff member who's working on this project, raids and stuff are still coming. This project wasn't even handled by the PokeMMO developers, right? This project was handled by Park, a PokeMMO staff member. He went out of his way and used his own personal time, I'm pretty sure unpaid time, I could be wrong, unpaid, to like put this event together for us, and people are like being so mean and crying and saying like, oh, where's raids? Like, this is just something on top. This is the cherry on top of raids still on the way. Like, this is not halting any development time towards raids, towards anniversary event, if that happens, anything like that. Like, this is just a cherry on top. I think it's a really important thing to keep in mind. Hopefully that clears up some worries and concerns. Okay, I asked Park to make sure I could share how long he's been working on this for. Park started the thread on how to work for this and submitted it to the developers back in January. Park has been trying to get this approved from the devs and been working on the concept idea for 6 months. And there were people saying like how lazy this was from the devs and yada yada yada. It's just Park going above and beyond, trying to help the community, and people are still crying and whining. And once again, I understand there's good critiques to be made, but there's also so much unfair hatred and negativity being poured into Park, someone who went so above and beyond to help the community, and that frustrates me to no degree. Like, you need to stop. We need to all, myself included, okay? I flame people on League of Legends, okay? I gotta get better, right? on team games, right? We all need to collectively be better on the internet. We all need to collectively be less negative, be more productive, and be more constructive and critiquing, okay? Critiquing constructive is all good. We gotta be better about how we present things, guys. And I gotta get better too, okay? So thank you for working with me on that. Okay, I do have an important correction from Park, okay? I didn't understand this or know this either, okay? The Vanity, so the Charizard Black Wings, isn't going to be just for this event. It's only obtainable for this event, but the event itself, we're likely going to make a yearly thing, maybe a biannual thing. I also think I may ban the previous winners from winning and monopolizing the Vanities like Nor did during Team Tournament Vanities. Okay, interesting. So, okay, it does seem like they want to bring in like 25 to 50 of those wings, or 25 to 30 or whatever, those wings every year. Well, that's okay. That's also huge news. So it seems like they want to do Shiny Wars, official Shiny Wars, like once a year. That's maybe even biannual. That's important news. Okay, thank you, Park. I wonder how many people have like theory crafted plans and strategies so far for the event. I know that I actually do think like doing ×5 hordes for like tier 2 and tier 3 Pokemon, and then doing I think egg hunting is going to be like the best strat. Well, hilariously, I know it's like really tough, but like I think doing egg hunting is probably going to be the best strategy. And I feel like, I don't want to tell people this honestly because I'm trying to buy them too, but people are already buying them up. I think Porygons are going to be one of the best strats. Porygon is a tier 0 Pokemon. I think it's worth like 30 points or whatever. It's a genderless shiny, so you're able to breed it faster than gendered egg shinies. The problem is they only come into the game through like the casinos in the game, like or random swarms. So like Porygon's supply is going to run out decently quickly. Like, people need like how many hundreds just to do one, like 400 or whatever to do one shunt. Once you like, there's not going to be enough Porygons. I think Porygon's going to be one of the better shunts to do for this comp. But it's going to be pretty expensive and brutal, dude. Dude, that and Team Mister, we need shiny Alola. We still need Alola for our Pokedex, for our shiny decks. And that's a tier 0 Pokemon. So I'm going to be going for that as well, personally. I really do like shiny Alola. All right, I've been stalling for content long enough. I'm going to go ahead and start learning trainer reruns. I'm just going to pop an amulet coin for this since I don't know the route very well, and I'm kind of just following it first time from scratch off a guide. So let's just go ahead and get started and see how this goes. Am I dumb to have spent 2.5 million Pokeyen on a full Zapdos? I wanted to get it before they shot up during raids. I think, dude, Zapdos is a good Pokemon. It's good in PvP. It's good in PVM. I don't see it like not being good anytime soon. Obviously, like I do think legendaries will continuously kind of go down in price over time because of the way that, you know, supply and demand works, and they will never be like, they don't sync them out of the game anyway at the moment. But I think paying 2.5 mil for a Zapdos is totally valid, totally fair. Very powerful Pokemon. Will be very helpful in many ways. It'll make that Pokeyen back. I think it's honestly a good purchase. And I've told people, I'll be honest, if I didn't think it was that worth. So I think it's a good purchase. How much are no OT Pokemon worth? You mean the glitched Pokemon from the Christmas event? I have no idea, man. Price checking something like a specific collectible, like a glitched Pokemon, is really tough. I don't know. If anybody in chat is familiar with that sort of side economy, I would love to hear thoughts, opinions, advice, etc. I honestly don't have a number for you, man. It's a great question, though. I wonder what the best moneymaker will be for non-participants of Shiny Wars. Now we're thinking with our noggins. Now that is a good question, dude. If you're not a shiny hunter and you don't care about this event coming up, right? You know what you should be excited for? The opportunity to make insane money, right? All shiny hunters, myself included, are going to be pissing away our Pokeyen for the chance to win the first Shiny Wars. You should take advantage of this. As a non-shunter, beginner, intermediate player, dude, Ditto farming is going to be insane. Fossil farming is going to be insane. Porygon, you can't really farm Porygons, but like, I'm trying to think of other methods. Like, I am sure that there'll be methods, and I'll try to do videos on the topics. If you guys find any methods or have any questions or suggestions, let me know. Do I have a Defog HM here? I do. Yeah, I think this will actually be like, the economy is going to be so good for those non-shunters, dude. Oh yeah, Leppa farming. How did I forget that? Yeah, Leppa farming will be fantastic. This is actually, I think this is a really important clip for anyone who's thinking that mysterious balls are going to ruin the integrity of Shiny Wars. And I understand where you're coming from. I don't think it's like there's not a clear, correct answer. I think mysterious balls are a problem, but are they actually going to affect or ruin Shiny Wars is the question. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I think this thought process for me hopefully displays that. I've been debating whether or not I should open or sell my mysterious balls, and I think that I might sell them. I think that selling them at their peak to get Pokeyen, to buy Ditto boxes, to breed eggs is going to be a better use of those mysterious balls and a better use of my Pokeyen, and I think that's going to give me a better chance to win the event. So when I'm selling mysterious balls that I've stocked up on to give myself a better chance of winning the event, I think that's what we'll have to see, obviously. I think that really shows like the kind of it's not as clear as people think it is, where they are just super OP and broken. They speed up so much time and shit, but it's just like you're saving so much time to most likely get a tier 2 or a tier like a low tier shiny. It's only going to get you 2 points, tier 6 or whatever shiny. I don't think it's actually worth when you'd rather have the Pokeyen for Ditto boxes, right? I think this is the positive way to look at it. I actually super love and agree with this sentence. If most of the mysterious balls get consumed during the war, it's a really clever way to put that cat back in the bag if the devs so choose. Yes. I hate mysterious balls. I think they're one of the worst updates, probably the worst to happen to shiny hunting in PokeMMO. If this is their way of like consuming them all and pushing people to use them for the first shiny war, I think it's fine. Obviously, you know, we've talked about it a million times at this point. There's some issues involved, but I think due to the limited supply and stuff, it won't have that drastic of a thing. But yeah, we'll see. Here, we're still just debating Shiny Wars and the problems with it, and the good critique and the bad critique and yada yada yada. A good example of a good critique, in my opinion, and Park talked to me about this, is he understands the frustration. I brought this up in my video. This like second, third, and fourth place prizes aren't good individually, right? Like second place prize is 500 RP, right, per person. Now 500 RP per person
is a disgusting amount of RP in total. If you're a team of 30, like they're giving away 15,000 RP, right? That's a lot. That's equivalent to $150 or some shit and real world value if you're to buy the RP, right? That's a lot of RP. However, it ends up being 500 RP person, and shiny hunting for 10 hours a day for 2 months for $5 is not worth it, right? It's this tough thing of, since the teams are so large, how do you actually balance, like in Park Express, he was like, you know what, man, like I tried, he's like, it's a tough thing, like I know it might not seem like a great reward, and I empathize with, like, it's not great individually, but it is a lot of RP, and they have to consider that with the market, and they have to consider it as like giving away money and that sort of thing, right? It's a tough thing to balance. This is such a good question. Hey Pat, random question. Has there ever been an instance where a Pokemon went from a horde encounter to a single encounter? Hypothetically, what would you be in favor of scaling back hordes? Yeah, so that happened with Heracross. Heracross, for a very, I always say very short, it might have been like a few years. Heracross had a ×5 horde for a few years, I believe, as a shiny. And obviously now it's like a single encounter hunt repel trick. Like it's a tough shunt nowadays. So that's a good example. Other ones are like things like Dratini and Miltank went from ×5 hordes 50-50 splits to ×5 20-80 splits, if that makes sense. So I mean, there's been changes and nerfs in regards to that. Shinies do get scaled back sometimes, like in terms of like nerfed and how easy they are to get. It's a great question. This is actually such a fantastic question because it's changed over the years. So if you're a new player, it's like confusing. Someone said probably a stupid question, but I can't find it while doodling. Not a stupid question at all. How many Leppas are in a stack of Leppas? So as a new player, you see a stack of items and it goes up to like 9,999 now, right? It's because they updated the max stack of item. The old max stack of items used to be 100. So now you can have like, 3,000 Leppas or, 10,000 Leppas essentially in a stack. But before it was only 99. So when someone says they're selling a stack of Leppas, it generally means 99 or 100 Leppas, which is really funny because it's a stack based on the old definition of a stack. But this is a great question because you would never be able to find the answer to this or understand this as a new player. It's only based on like old updates. That was a fantastic question. Thank you for that. All right, that is the end of the first attempt at a trainer rerun. I think I ended up making around 200,000 Pokeyen profit, like pretty even. I think I started at around 23,560, and then it's 20k for amulet coins. So it's around 200k profit. I did the last, I think 4 to 6 trainers off of amulet coins. I ran out of time. This is my first time trying, so I have a lot to learn in terms of efficiency and the route, and just stop yapping to focus on the route. But yeah, this is fantastic. Like I think trainer reruns are super underrated. I'm excited to do a guide on them at some point. They're just so chill for the most part, and you can make really like over 200k profit per hour just kind of lazily clicking Control Z and spamming through some trainer battles. It's honestly super nice. How does one rename PC boxes? You click it and you click up here and you left click both times. Speaking of PC boxes, dudes, I need to order. This is a travesty. This is a crime against Pokemon humanity. My boxes right now. Cell 2, box 26, breed 2, 7, box 27. What is happening? This is a monstrosity, okay? I need to clean the shit out of this and figure things out before official Shiny Wars begin. All right, we have a ton to do, but first things first, I want to get these Vaporeons. I want to get my alt account set up for Ditto hunting. And right now, these Vaporeons are EV'd for hunting in Johto, and my alt account doesn't have access to Johto, so I need to re-EV them to be able to hunt Dittos in Hoenn, which apparently requires 200 attack EVs. So I have to go ahead and get rid of around 100 speed EVs on each of them, I think. So I'm going to use tomato berries, tomato. It's on the right. Which one is this? So I have to use the tomato berries on them and get rid of 100 speed EVs on each. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just use vitamins. I think I don't want to go EV train. Let's go over to our vitamins. You need a very specific stat line for those who don't know. Is it Carbos or no? What's attack? Calcium? No. That's special attack. What's attack? What is the attack vitamin? Carbos is speed. Protein. Oh, of course. Protein. Okay. Protein. I have to use, how many of these do I have? These are untradeable. I want to use if you have, a lot of people end up with untradeable vitamins. You should just use them if you ever, like, if they're untradeable, you might as well use them in a pinch, you know? This is the perfect time to kind of whip these out. These untradeable vitamins. Just give 100 attack EVs. Boom. Perfect. Exactly. There we go. And are these the same thing? Protein attack. These are super proteins. This is a hyper protein. I could just use 2 of these on this one. Perfect. Okay, so now these are set. Now I want to send these over to my alt account, and then I can farm dittos there during official Shiny Wars. Okay, there are only two genderless egg shinies in tier 0 for Shiny Wars. For those who don't know, genderless egging is significantly faster than gendered egging. You don't have to select whether or not you want a gender or not on your Pokemon, so it's just one less input every 2 eggs, which is significantly faster. Like the difference of like 480 eggs versus 540. Like it's like a 60 egg per hour difference. The only 2 mons you can do this with for tier 0 are Porygon and Rotom. It would not surprise me if the price of these 2 Pokemon go to the moon. If you're a new player, Porygons are already 20k, but you can't really farm Porygons, the problem. Rotoms are 9k, it's around their normal price. If you're a new player, or even an intermediate, or even a fucking expert, veteran, whatever, I think farming Rotoms, we'll have to see. Farming Rotoms might become super good Pokeyen per hour. I'm going to go ahead and buy some up, honestly, for my own egging. But these might get ridiculous price-wise. I'm going to go ahead and buy 44, 46, 50 right there. I'll buy more. These might get a little silly, fellas. That's my I could be wrong. That's my prediction. I could be very, very wrong. We'll have to see what happens when time passes. Okay, while we're sitting here chilling out our boxes for a little bit, let's just go ahead and collect some Pokeyen, fellas. I got a lot of things that I've sold, a few investments. Let's go ahead and claim all. Boom! 2.2 million added to the yen stack. Every little bit is super important right now, guys. A crazy sentence to say is this is the final stream before my wedding. I will not be live until the next time you guys see me live streaming. I'll be a married man, which is a very cool thing to say. So this is the last time. Now, because of that, we got to use our time wisely. Let's go ahead and let's get back to PC sorting and see what I can do. First things first, I probably do want to actually sell off some Pokemon. So let's just bring up our Windows calculator. Or, you know what? That would slow me down. It's fun to calculate price checks on that stuff for content, but it's actually going to slow me down too much. I think I'd rather just this once. Just go ahead. Firstly, let's just start releasing stuff. So this is all going to get released. I think all of these. Any like, I'll keep the males for breeders. That Paris is 1 times 31 to be fair. We'll unselect that. But even that might get, like, how much does this go for right now? I feel like 1 times 31 Pokemon are just so ridiculously cheap right now. Leppa prices are skyrocketing. Wait, what are they at right now? I didn't even think about. I wouldn't say skyrocketing. They've gone from like 860 a piece to 914, which is significant when you're buying like so many of them. To be fair, you need so many Leppas. It's cool to see, man. Yeah, this is gonna be a great event for moneymakers, man. I keep saying, if you're not a shiny hunter, that's okay. This event, like ditto hunting, Rotom farming, Leppa farming, fossil farming, all of these things are gonna be insane moneymakers during the event. Make sure to keep that in mind and abuse that if you're a moneymaker. I was wondering why the devs limited to only 50 teams. It makes me not want to put in an entry since I'll be uncommitted. The reason why, it's actually a great question. The reason why they capped it to 50 teams is because the devs are going to go into each individual player's account and validify and check like which shinies they got during the event to totally eliminate the chance of cheating. Cheating during a shiny war is like kind of a tough thing that's technically possible, and with the developers' help, with an official shiny war, they're able to totally eliminate it, right? Which is a really, really cool, but that's why they also have to limit it to X amount of players, because they don't have to like go through like, you know, thousands and thousands of thousands of casual players who maybe join and don't get a shiny the whole event, or maybe get 1 or something like that, right? It makes sense from their end, you know? So there won't be any official live scoring. That is correct. We won't know who wins the shiny wars until the end. It'll be cool to see like word of mouth, like what teams have what points, and try to keep track of it. But that's true. We won't know official scores. We will not know who wins until the very end. I mean, to be fair, okay, we're talking about Premier Balls. Premier Balls, like I talked about forever, are probably the craziest mysterious ball. And they're actually, if you're gonna open any mysterious ball during shiny wars, the best one is actually Premier Balls by far. Because the problem with opening mysterious Great Balls or mysterious Ultra Balls is you have a chance for shiny Eevee and those rare shinies, like those tier 0s. The way that shiny wars is weighted, right? You have a chance for those lower tier mons, but you're also really likely to get like Stantler or like these ×5, these like tier 5 mons, right? Or tier 6 or whatever, right? With Premier Balls, any shiny alpha at all is a guaranteed 50 points. it does not matter what shiny you get with Mysterious Premier Balls. It only matters like that's why like Premier Balls are probably the most powerful in Shiny Wars, because it doesn't matter what Pokemon you roll. Any Shalfa at all from these is 50 points, which is insane. I think the more people that figure that out, the higher Premier Balls will only go. I think that if you're going to open any Mysterious Balls during official Shiny Wars, I think Premier Balls are the way to go. It's the most consistent and the most, yeah, it's going to be your best chance, in my opinion. All right, we did a lot today, fellas. I'm not going to lie. We did our first trainer rerun. We talked and just discussed a lot, which I think is really, really important. The most important thing we can do as a community when something controversial happens, even though I wouldn't call it controversial, but a lot of people had issues with it, rightfully so. Some not I wouldn't say unrightfully so, but some were airing their grievances, in my opinion, in an unproductive way. I think it's good to talk about, be charitable. I appreciate everyone who discussed with me today, all the conversation, all the talking. We can all cool off and talk together and have a hopefully good discussion. Thank you guys. I'm really excited for Shiny Wars. Hopefully you guys are as well. Like the video if you enjoyed today's stream. Dislike if not. You can follow me on Twitch to watch the streams. Sub to me on YouTube for daily videos. Discord down below. If you're looking to join a team for upcoming Shiny Wars, there's an official forum post, and I'm sure we'll do something like it in my Discord. Signups start very soon. This is the last time I'll see you guys until I'm married. So we have a lot more to do, a lot of preparations for official Shiny Wars, and I'm just excited to have every one of you guys along me, every step of the way. There's just so much to do. I'm excited for the future of PokeMMO. I'm excited for the future of my life. I'm excited to spend it with you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I will see you guys later. Have a good time playing PokeMMO, and I will see you guys for Shiny Wars, okay? Peace, Reno. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me, and everyone on this list means even more to me for helping support the channel every single day. Thanks so much.